Thank you.
Well, all right, everybody, what we need you to do is get up out your seat and bring the energy because it's time to start the Cassandra Show!
Welcome to the Cassandra Show. It is Friday. Listen, come on in the room, family. It's a brand new day, and I hope you woke up feeling loved, covered, and just a little bit more satisfied than you were yesterday. But if not, don't worry. I've got something for your spirit. Y'all, I just released my brand new single. It's called So Satisfied. And listen, this one came from a very deep place. A place of healing, a place of survival, a place of finally learning what it means to be truly seen and loved by God. Now, let me be clear. It's not just a love song, y'all. It's a God song. A song for anybody who has ever felt forgotten. For the one who smiled on the outside, but was silently breaking inside. For the one who gave love, lost love, and thought they'd never feel whole again. Y'all, this song is that reminder that you are not too far gone. You are not too late. You can and you are loved. And not just loved, satisfied. So wherever you are today, in your car, in your kitchen, at your desk, go stream So Satisfied. I recorded it with my band. My music director, Chris, produced the album, and we're just so excited to share it with you. Let it speak to those quiet places in your heart. Let it remind you that God's love is still chasing after you, because trust me, I've lived it. So with that, I need y'all to do what? Get all comfy, grab your bubbly beverage, and let's get this show started! Let's get it started! All right, so y'all, let's get into it. This isn't the news your grandma watched. This is We the People, where culture meets controversy and receipts always come first. So let's go. Here we go. This first story is something else, y'all. Florida's got a new sheriff, but he's sounding more like a warlord. So Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey just threatened to unalive protesters at a live press conference over ICE policies. This is what he said. He said, "We will kill you graveyard dead," if they confront his deputies. Now, he didn't just stop there. He warned protesters that be bitten by dogs. They'd be bitten by dogs, dragged by cars, and left in hospital beds if they act out. Y'all check this craziness out.
If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at.
Oh, my God.
I'm kind of speechless, y'all. Yeah. I mean, what world are we living in now? Now, this sheriff down in Brevard County reminds me of the sheriff in Polk County, Sheriff, what is his name? Grady Judd. So they have this very interesting tactic of talking to people and how they will handle things. It sounds really like the old days back when they would tie people to cars, black people, and pull them and separate them, pull their parts. I mean, it was crazy. So why are you talking about hitting people with cars, dragging people with cars? It sounds like the 60s.
Or
the
even
50s,
further back.
Or even further back.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's see what the people have to say. Let's check out these comments about what the sheriff of Brevard County had to say.
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
It's starting off strong.
Russell Drake says, "Oh F him. Badge doesn't entitle anyone to make public threats. On top of that, his county, Brevard, ain't even in the top 10 largest in Florida. May not even be protests there. Out here acting like he a big-time sheriff when he needs to worry about why he's gasping for breath during an indoor press conference. The audacity to talk about running and catching someone.
That's my boy right there.
Ooh, okay, Mr. Drake. Let's go on down to this next one. Says he needs to be fired, like right now. The next one, arrest him. That's a threat.
Simple.
The next one, if he said this to the public, imagine what he says to his officers behind closed doors. Ooh. Now let's go on over to this side and see what the people have to say about this sheriff in Brevard County. That's disgusting, Florida. You're the pits. You'd allow someone to be in power and have the gall to stand before cameras and say these things to citizens? How vile of a human are you? He knows their president is going to save them. All right, next one. These type of people should never have this type of authority. Where was this energy for those January 6th protesters, rioters? And last but not least, I'd love to see this man chase me 1 block without going into cardiac arrest. Now, that's what the people are saying directly about this kind of situation, this kind of what you call leadership. I don't even know if you call that leadership. Who threatens their own constituents? I don't know. Let's go on to this next story, y'all. All right. So, y'all, NFL star Antonio Brown is back in the headlines, and this time for a gun charge that could land him in prison. So a judge in Miami-Dade signed an arrest warrant charging him with attempted murder with a firearm after a chaotic celebrity boxing event in May. Now, allegedly, we call him AB, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly, AB fired a gun after the match in Little Haiti. Now, he's under house arrest with GPS monitoring and a $10,000 bond. So far, no victims have been named, and the details are tight. But if this sticks, AB's legacy could go from gridiron legend to felony record. Talk to me, all you sports fans out there. What we got to say about AB?
Well, I mess with AB all day.
Okay.
You know I do.
Claim him.
But, it says he could go from NFL legend to having a felony record. There's a lot of space in between there.
Yes.
And
Innocent until...
Right now, he's kind of hanging around somewhere a little below the middle.
Okay.
But that's my boy. And there was a video of this. I remember when it came out. I saw it on social media. You can't see AG win. You can't see, but you hear. There's a lot of bystanders. They're leaving a celebrity boxing event, so there's fans, there's phones. So all of the footage is from people's phones.
So somebody got the truth.
Somebody got the truth, but I didn't see the truth.
You didn't see it yet?
Yeah, I didn't know he was on house arrest for this. Though,
yes.
All this time.
I didn't know that either. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
But he's on house arrest. I mean, you only got to pay, what, 10% of your bond or whatever? So it was $10,000 and he got out for $1,000. If somebody is attempted murder, is that like an amount that you pay?
Yeah, it's weird. They might be trying to make an example out of...
I think so. I don't think he really
on.
unalived anybody because that just doesn't line up right, all right?
No.
All right, so let's move on to this next story. And let's go to Congress, y'all, because Congresswoman LaMonica McIver just got hit with federal charges after a fiery standoff at a Newark ICE facility. Ooh. And she's facing up to 17 years in prison. How can a congresswoman face up to 17 years in prison? I don't understand.
Let's go further.
So prosecutors say she physically blocked agents from arresting Mayor Ras Baraka during a tense congressional visit, even hitting them with her arms. This follows the feds quietly dropping Baraka's trespassing charge, but going full force on McIver. She says it's political. Her legal team says she was doing her job. But with judges, cameras, and the country watching, this isn't just about oversight, y'all. It's about power plays. Ooh, this is crazy. She was blocking them with her arms.
Whole arms.
Her arms.
What a description.
She's a congresswoman doing her job, and now they're saying she may be facing 17 years. That's very interesting. Let's move on to this next story. It just gets crazier by the second. Y'all, this next story is in Virginia. So Virginia just became the strictest state for teen tech use. Governor Glenn Youngkin signed 2 new laws. Number 1, limits kids under 16 to 1 hour of social media per day. Yes. Number 2, bans phones entirely during the school day. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, locked. Tech companies now have to age verify and restrict access. Y'all, parents can grant more time, but experts say teens will find loopholes with VPNs, burner accounts, and fake IDs. I agree. Supporters say it's about mental health. Critics say it's government overreach. Either way, the scroll might finally be slowing down in the South.
Well, if I may.
It will please carry on.
If I may, I'm not opposed to some of this.
I'm not either.
But I am also well aware of my rights. And if I don't want to take care of my mental health, I don't have to.
It's true, right? But then they'll probably say you have mental problems for not care about your mental health.
You can't make me or my children
It's true.
take
You
care of their mental health.
cannot. You cannot.
So,
but they might throw you in jail. I mean, for any reason these days, they putting us in jail. This is craziness. Listen, y'all, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. We have 2 amazing guests that are here today, and you don't want to miss it. We're going to be talking about all kind of cool stuff. June 19th.
That's right.
They have music that they've recorded and will share with us as well. It's an incredible moment to get closer to the history of June 19th. We'll be right back for the culture, would you please? Hey! Hey! Welcome back to the Sandra Show. Y'all, as we approach Juneteenth, a day to celebrate freedom, culture, and the power of community, we are thrilled to have 2 incredibly talented and passionate individuals with us today. Their work not only honors the rich legacy of Black culture, but also empowers others to express themselves through art, music, and education. Let's dive in and hear about their journey, their mission, and how they're making a difference in their communities. Please welcome the one and only Joyce Ward and Jacori Dopwell Hall. Woo! Hey, come on now. Hello, love the boots. I love the hats. Tell me about all of this.
Well, we're so excited to be here today.
Thank you for
and
joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Indeed,
One
welcome.
of the most important words we want to use today, right now, is legacy.
Legacy.
Holding our legacy.
Yes.
Respecting what our ancestors have left for us.
Yes.
We have a responsibility, and this is why we feel our music is our story.
Yes.
We have to understand those things because we are great, not only entertainers, but we're great teachers. And that is what we are wanting to share with you today
Well, thank
about
you
Juneteenth.
so much for joining us to
Thank you.
share all this amazing information about Juneteenth. Your work is deeply rooted in culture, whether it's through music, art, or community empowerment. How do you ensure that your art, music, and projects serve not only to uplift, but also to educate and spark conversation? Anyone?
I think that is a very important question because as the founder of Juneteenth Music Entertainment, I feel that I have a responsibility as a pioneer. Why? Because there is power in words.
Yes.
And there's power in things that we do. We understand the power of music, but it's what we're saying in our music.
Yes, it
and when
matters.
we release that music. So we have a lot of good music out there that people can listen to, but the most important, how is the music impacting the people?
Yes.
What are we saying to not only change the mind, but also change the heart?
Yes, that's good stuff.
I like that answer.
Okay. So, Ms. Ward, tell us, you've worked in various creative fields, from hair design to music and fashion. How do these diverse talents come together in your work? And how does each aspect inform the other when it comes to your mission?
Yes, you know, I started off as a wig designer for
Ah,
the theaters
fabulous.
in Sarasota, the Florida Theater, and things like that. But my passion was always into music. It was something that was just a passion for me. I wanted to, as an artist, because you know God gifts us with our talents.
Yes, exactly.
And so it is our responsibility to take those gifts and tap in.
Yes.
In the way to say, okay, what is your purpose?
Yes.
And what is your mission? So my whole mission is to go to the community and say, hey, look, we can make a change with our music, but the most important, we must educate ourselves.
Yes.
Because we don't do well in the music industry. I want the community to know that the music industry is 90% business, 10% entertainment. And so I find as a creator, as a producer, as a songwriter, to share that information in the way to say, how can we make a change and how can we have more of that entrepreneur spirit to know that when we're sharing our art form, that we could do well in it by understanding royalties and
Yes, the
copyrights.
business side
The
of it.
business side of
Yes.
it. So that's my position at this
Yes.
point.
I mean, I've read several books. This business called music. Music
Yeah.
is definitely a business. We love it as artists. We love the creativity that it brings, but it is the majority of business more than it is, like you said, art and
Yes.
entertainment. So, Ja'Cory, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Your Black History Year calendar is such a unique blend of artistry and education. What inspired you to use a calendar to tell these stories?
So I am a graduate of the Ringling College of Art and Design, and the Black History Year calendar was my senior thesis while I was a student.
Oh,
there. I
wonderful.
was one of the only Black students in my graduating class. And I decided that I wasn't going to be like everyone else and create a children's book, but I was going to create a whole calendar because I wanted something that would educate and tell the story of African Americans all throughout the year, and not just African Americans, but for Black people all around the world, because our history, heritage, and culture is worldwide.
Yes, it is. And is this your Black History Year calendar right here? It's so amazing. Tell us a little bit about it and how you constructed it.
Thank you. And if you turn to the June, because we're in the month of
Okay,
June,
I love it. Let's
we
go
can
to
start
June.
right there. What I do with my calendars that's so special is each month has a theme. So in June, it's not just called June, it's called Juneteenth June.
Oh, I
because
love it.
It's special. And I do a historical fact for every day of that month. And it's a lot of research that goes into it, because finding our history, especially at a time where they're trying to take that away, It's really hard, but I went and I did that work because it is so important. And I'm an educator as well. So having these in the schools where children can come and see the artistry, see that someone that they can learn from is making something like this, is making really a great impact in the community.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you for your contribution. I'm looking here at June 13th, which is today, and the contribution is from Dominique Dawes, makes the U.S. Olympic gymnastics team in does that say 92?
Yes, it does.
1992. I love it. There's great nuggets here to learn about how impactful our culture has been on the world, not just this nation.
Yes.
So, Ms. Ward, you've been instrumental in helping other Black artists find their voices. Can you talk about how mentorship has played a part in your career and how you empower others to step into their purpose?
I think that is a very good question, but I think of it more on a spiritual level because God gives us those gifts and talents,
Yes.
right? But I do think, you know, as an African American woman and as a pioneer, I think we have a responsibility to give back to the community.
Oh, yes, we do.
Not so much looking for anything to come back to us.
But it's
you
just
see,
our duty.
we have to be transparent in a way to say, hey, look, I'm here to help you. Now, are you willing to go help the other? So it's like each one teach one. So it takes a lot. I'm very proud to be a mentor because I have helped a lot of people, but at the same time, I want them to be able to pass it along as well.
Most definitely. Speaking of helping others, tell us about your nonprofit.
The nonprofit organization of Juneteenth is so special. I wanted it to be in a way where I went down to Galveston, Texas, because I wanted to know more about Juneteenth, just not being the founder. But when I came back, it had an impact on me in the way to say, hey, look, you not only have to be a pioneer, but you also have to be an educator. And doing that is how can I impact someone else's life. So those things are very important to me. So I put the Juneteenth Music Entertainment 501(c) organization together because at the end of the day, we have a lot of talent in our community, but the artists in the community may not be able to afford to take a class. So with Juneteenth, that's what we do. We extend our love, we extend our kindness in the way to say, if you have the passion for music, and you really want to do these things, come to us and we can work together with you to bring up your career and make things different for your life.
Wow, that is so
That's
good.
where my heart is.
That's a beautiful place for your heart to be.
Yes.
It is now time for us to dim the lights and allow you to step into our spotlight.
Okay.
Would you please share with us some of the music that you have prepared based on June 19th?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this amazing presentation. Thank you so much, Ms. Ward. Hey, hey, EOG is in my ear. Yes. Thank you so much. We have our amazing artist here. We need the microphone. Is Kiana anywhere around? Tabernacle. Have you here today? Please carry on.
Rise up, people, rise up. Rise up, people, rise up. It's time to liberate your minds. Africa is still alive. Rise up, people, teach your children. Rise up, people, keep on going. It's time for us to liberate our minds. Africa is still alive. Africa is still alive.
Still alive. Thank you so much, Miss Ward. That was absolutely beautiful. Please tell us where we can find your music.
You can find our music on all of the platforms, streaming platforms. Spotify, we just came out with Rise Up, People Rise Up. And we have Wake Up America. You can also find us on the JuneteenthMusicEntertainment.org.
JuneteenthMusicEntertainment.org.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, thank you so much for joining us. To all of our viewers, God bless you. Thank you so much for being here. We will be back on Monday. Y'all have a fabulous weekend and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Come on over here, Ja'Cory. Listen, for the culture, go ahead and get us out of here.
Thanks so much, sis.
Rise
Happy
up,
Father's Day,
people.
everybody. Now, come on, let's just scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen because we've got so much more exclusive content for you right here only on the Sandra Show. First, thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out on the beautiful Camarosa set. And thanks for tuning in and checking out our amazing guests. So, until next time, we'll all be right here ready, waiting on you only on the Sandra Show.